Hey guys, this is Nefarious411 with episode 29 of my Monster Feed the Beast server play series. So in the previous episode, I was able to get these harvesters and planters working, and I've been playing around with the magical crops, and I still have not had a lot of luck. These are growing extremely slow, and I think for the first part of this episode, I am going to work on something that will make it a little bit faster. And I know that there's magic fertilizer for magical crops, but 4 of those requires a diamond, and I don't know if I really want to spin that. I could try one of them and see what it does. I don't know if it's a single time fertilizer or is it going to last for a while. I really don't know. I don't know if you fertilize the dirt, but let me go ahead and try it. Probably on something like that, and it does look like it's basically bone meal to instantly grow. I'm hoping that it does a little bit more because a diamond is rather expensive to use for any kind of fertilizer. And let me just make sure that this is still running, and it is. I'm hoping that it comes back soon. Come on. Well, let me come back to that. It might take the harvester a little bit to come to it, but down here, as you can see, I've been playing around with the chisel mod, the factory blocks, and this is going to be my maintenance tunnel design. I don't know if I completely like it. I might play around with other options, but I think this will work for the time being. And behind each one of these, I put these inverted gray lamps from Project Red, and the iron bars are basically from the chisel mod of just doing the iron bars, and I think it looks really good. Obviously, I haven't finished yet. It does require quite a bit of these factory blocks. Factory blocks are fairly cheap. It only requires like 4 iron with is that smooth stone? Yeah, that might be smooth stone. And that creates 32 factory blocks. So it's really not too expensive. It just takes a lot in order to do these. But I think it looks really good. This isn't going to be the end design. I was thinking about putting a railing in here. Let me actually move to the new location for what I'm going to do today, and this is the Thaumcraft building. Let me check the sound. It's kind of low. But I went ahead and carved out a basement area. Nice. So this is going to provide quite a bit of space to do any kind of Thaumcraft, automation, things like that. And I went ahead and connected this using one of these maintenance tunnels to the production and power building. And this is a smaller corridor, so this is what I originally started out with playing, and with the different designs. And I really do like these railings, and that's just taking the factory blocks and using a saw to create the strips, and those work really well for railings. I didn't want huge fences in here because that would have taken up an entire block, but using these micro blocks, it works out pretty well. And up here, it's basically the same sort of thing as the light source, but I have another factory block back there. Kind of looks like a ventilation tube, because down here in the basement, the air might need to be circulated a little bit. So that's kind of the feel that I was going for. And I also created these inverted cage lamps, so these also produce lighting for me down the hallway. So yeah, that is pretty nice. So in today's episode, I went ahead and did a little bit of research in my Thaumonomicon for, see if I can find it, these Lamp of Growth. And these will handle being able to make things grow a little bit faster, but it does require some herba in order to do that. I did try some of the other mods that produce different effects for growing things, such as the sprinkler. And I did create one of these from open blocks, and it didn't seem to have any effect. I played around in a single player world, different options, even the lily pad of fertility from Zeno's reliquary. That didn't seem to have any effect either. So the only thing that seemed to have affected this growth is the Thaumcraft Lamps of Growth. So I am going to do that, and hopefully we can get quite a bit more of the essence. That way we can expand these crops a little bit further. Coming down here to my chest, looks like we have some glowstone essence and a little bit of coal essence and the essence dust, but that's basically it. And this has been running for quite a while. Let me run over here. I may want to raise the ceiling up a little bit more because I keep catching my head on these lamps. So it's pretty annoying. I don't necessarily have to jump. It's more of a habit that I got into. But so the glowstone essence, I have 301, as I probably shown in a previous episode. So that could be used to create more seeds, I believe. No, it's the essence dust to create the weak essence, and then the regular essence. And from the regular essence, we can create more glowstone seeds. So I have quite a bit of work waiting for all of these crops to continue growing in order to actually get anything good. But before I jump into that, a little bit more on the design side, I wanted to try this out. All of these energy conduits and item conduits are going to be running through the ceiling, and I still want to have these factory blocks connected up here. That way it kind of hides the item and energy conduits, but I can't raise this up any further. So the thing that I have found is the Ender IO has a painter, and I haven't really tried this yet, so this is more of an experiment on screen. So let me grab a painter. Maybe it's not called a painter. Painting machine. Here we go. And that's just a basic capacitor. So let me get one of these. Machine chassis. There we go. And a capacitor. Cool. I believe this uses power. Yeah, this does use power. So let me pop that off, and I might bring it over here. So let me see, what is my power situation on this side? Okay, so these are the Ender energy conduits. So let me grab one of those. And I have plenty. Nice. So I should be able to pop that down there. Put the painting machine. I don't think I'm going to do any kind of automation with this, but it looks like we can create these conduit facades, and I might want to create a pattern for that, which is basically just these conduit binders. We already have the recipe for that, and throw this in there. And let me create a couple facade. Don't know how this works. So let me go ahead and grab that, and I want the paint to be of these factory blocks. So let me see if I can figure out how to do that. And it looks like it's working. Oh, nice. So it doesn't actually use the item that I put in it. So that's good. So now we just have to wait for these to paint, I guess. There we go. And let me place these real quick. And it doesn't look like it does the connected textures, which is unfortunate. And whenever I'm holding a wrench, I can actually see through it, and that'll be nice. Whenever we get down there, I'll show you what it actually does. Oops, I missed it. There we go. So I should be able to just place those. Nice. I don't like that they don't have the connected texture. That's kind of unfortunate. But whenever I'm holding the wrench, you can see that I can see through those blocks because they are just facades, and I have full access to the conduits that are inside it. And I should still be able to click and disconnect and reconnect and configure without having to break the block on the outside. But whenever I'm not holding a wrench, it's, well, sort of invisible, but without the connected textures, it's still a little bit visible. But I don't think I'm going to have to worry about that. I think that'll still look good. So I can go ahead and create those off camera and start placing them around to the different sides here. Try to make it look a little bit better down here, a little bit more like a maintenance tunnel. But let me go ahead and start with the Thaumcraft stuff. So this is going to require, let's see, arcane lamps. I do not have this yet. And this is an arcane workbench, so that's probably good. Arcane, what am I doing? Iron, amber block. Fortunately, I have plenty of amber, and that is not how you create a block, apparently. There we go. Let me create a few of these. I don't know how many I'm going to need, but I might as well create a couple. And do I have any glass? No. Hopefully this won't take too long. And while I'm waiting for the glass, Nitor. I don't know how much Nitor I have. None in here. So let me go ahead and craft one of those. Probably start out with one and craft the rest of them off camera. And I need the iron and Nitor. Let me go ahead and get these out of my inventory. And it didn't look like the magical fertilizer actually did anything except for bone meal that one. So I am definitely not going to do that because that'll be fairly expensive. There we go. And good. I have a couple of Nitor in here already. Throw my wand in there, and apparently I don't have any V. So let me go upstairs. And I think that's because I was using the wand of equal trade to replace all of the blocks on the wall with the factory blocks. So let me go ahead and wait for this to charge, and I will be back. Alright, that didn't actually take too long. Ooh, this took me a little bit further than I thought. So let me run over here and go ahead and create the arcane lamp. And the arcane lamp by itself is pretty cool because it does light up a large area, but I believe it also uses what aspect, what kind of V does it actually take? 16 blocks away, light level, blah blah blah. Only you can prevent zombie outbreaks. Nice. Maybe it doesn't. I swore it used some sort of V or some sort of essence in order to work properly, but maybe it works by itself. Alright, so now I believe the Lamp of Growth is going to be an infusion crafting. So I need 2 gold, 2 earth, 2 gold. Probably need a little bit more because of the chance of this breaking off. 2 gold, 2 earth. I think I saw some, yeah. There we go. And 2 bone meal. I doubt I have any bone meal. Oh, I do. Yay. Alright. So that goes in the middle. And bone meal. So 2 of these. So how many items was that? I didn't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Alright. So what kind of essences do we need? We need Victus, 16 Victus, 8 Lux. Doesn't look like we have Victus or Lux. I am not seeing it. So what makes Victus? I need 16 Victus. Hopefully it's something easy. Oh, barley. Nice. Alright. So let me actually access my system from here. Barley is going to be 2 Victus. Nice. So let me go ahead and drop half a stack in here. And it looks like I ran out of coal. I think I snagged it for my Potentia generator over here. And probably need to get this to fill up completely. There we go. And Lux. That's just going to be torches, and I believe I have normal torches in here, so that's good. That's going to take a little bit. And what was the last thing? And herba. 16 herba, and I believe I got plenty of herba. Yeah, I got 64 herba, and that's good. There's Victus. Let me go ahead and slap a label on that. There we go. Nice. That way it's forever bound. Why isn't that rotating? Let me grab my wand real quick. Oh, I already have it. Oh, there it goes. That was weird. I've never seen that stop rotating before. Not sure why that happened. Alright, so 13. Oh, I need the Lux still. Let me just pull that out. Try to get some of this Lux going. That way we don't wait forever. And you've already seen the infusion crafting, so there's really nothing new to that. I will go ahead and spare you from having to watch it, and I will be back as soon as we have the Lamp of Fertility. Or Growth. Yeah. Well, that was actually fairly quick. So let me go ahead and grab that. And obviously, I do have the ability to take one of those essence jars over here. But I don't think that's going to be an ideal situation. Might make sense to be on top of something. I don't want to have this just... Oh, apparently it does need to be on top of something. Well, I guess I can place it there for now. It's not ideal. I don't know how far this reaches either. So let me grab the jar of herba, because this actually uses herba to operate, and I got plenty of herba here. Let me just make sure that there's no more herba in the system over here, and it doesn't look like it. This is empty. I don't want him to fall. So let me put a block there. This is just temporary, just to see if this will work. Like I said, I did test this in a single player world, but I want to make sure that it also works on the server here. So you can see that the Lamp of Growth is actually sucking out some of the essence. It was hard to see, but it was a little bit of animation there, and it does look like you can see the little flashing occasionally, like that, and that indicates to me that it's actually working. So it's getting like, I guess it's like sped up growth ticks or something like that. I don't know the mechanics around it, but we already have 2, and we haven't even been here that long. So these are maturing a lot quicker, and there's the 3rd one. So we might actually mature on this a little bit faster than the harvester and the planter will be able to keep up, and it is running. Yeah, okay, so this definitely is working, because if you look over here, I think these grow about the same rate. I know that the coal crop does, and these are not growing at all. I would, however, like to grab this, place it over here, and see if it will reach over here. It does not look like I'm getting the ticks. Let me just double check the book. Yeah, does it actually say? Essentially, it can be fed to the lamp, placing a jar nearby. It does not look like it tells how many blocks away it can be. I might have to take a look at that off camera on the Thaumcraft wiki. But this does look like it's working pretty well, because these are growing fairly fast now. But we will eventually run out of the herba in this jar, so I want to try yet another mechanic that could help us out. And that is going to require us to use these Essentia mirrors. So this will allow us to actually transport Essentia from one location to another. And what I am going to do is probably do that down in this basement area. And that's going to require something very similar to this setup that I have for Potentia. I might actually change this out so that I can put this downstairs. Let me just create a new one. I think that would be for the best. What did I do with that iron? Because I will need a crucible. There we go. Or cauldron. And then clicking on it with a wand will turn it into a crucible. There we go. Or wait. This is an alchemical furnace. I am not thinking straight today. So what is an alchemical furnace? Thaumaturgy? No. Alchemy. I guess it's this one, yeah. Okay, so it did require crucible. Good. Do I have any of those stones left? Well, since I've crafted this before, maybe a couple of times on camera, I will go ahead and create another one of these, because what I'm planning on doing is, let me jump down here real quick. Barley seeds actually have herba on it. There might be some other items that have herba. I might have to go through and see which ones have the most. These, I think used to have herba, but they don't anymore. Um, leaves. Well, leaves is a good source, and it's probably a little bit more efficient, but I don't have a tree farm yet. I do have this farm over here, and this does produce quite a bit of resources in regards to like barley and stuff. I have way too much cotton, so I'm probably going to remove at least 2 of the squares of cotton and maybe replace it with barley, because the fact that the barley seeds have 1 of the herba on it, I want to have a large surplus of that so that I can burn it up. I did not need to put that there. I can burn it up and fuel the Lamp of Growth. And since I'm here, let me go down and check that chest and see how much of this stuff we're actually getting. So it looks like we already have 13. So this is, it doesn't look like a lot, but in comparison with what I was getting with just letting this go by itself, no assistance of the Lamp of Growth, that's actually quite a bit for that short amount of time. So let me go ahead and grab everything else, craft everything that I need, and I'll probably just stick with the one Lamp of Growth for now. Just try to run it for a while, see if I can get enough of the essence back in order to create more crops, and then we'll try to expand it out to other things. Alright, so that wasn't actually terrible to create. So let me go ahead and place that. Oh, if I can actually place it. But I did come down here into the basement area. Don't really have a way to get up and down except for the other flight that I already have. And let me go ahead and look in here. I guess I did forget the warded jars and the essentia tubes. Hopefully I have some essentia tubes left. I don't have any essentia tubes. I swore I had some. I wonder if I just put them in my main network. Yep, I did. There we go. And I need the glass panes and some slabs. Oh, there's some slabs right there. Nice. And this will create the essentia jars that I need. So let me go ahead. Ooh, I need more glass panes. And my wand. So there's one warded jar. Let me grab a little bit more on the glass panes. I can't use the crafting here because whenever I'm interacting using the staff of traveling, I can't bring up extra windows. So that's why I crafted that manually instead of using the AE system for crafting. There we go. And 4 labels. There we go. Cool. So in here, I could probably just do it this way. I do need to get the I need coal, don't I? Coal. There we go. Oh, I got 11,000 coal. Nice. And more barley seeds. Don't have too many of them right now, so I should probably go ahead and update my my farm to handle that. There we go. Oops. A little bit too far there. Let me swap the sides of this. That way the herba can be on this side and the permutatio can be on that side. And I do need a void jar, don't I? Shoot. That one doesn't have to be a void jar. It's the same kind of setup as we have on the permutation, or the precontatio. No, I am drawing a blank. Potentia, where this is going to be a void jar because I don't need any of that. And to empty it, it's just shift right click, and that will empty the jar out. And here, we should just need some obsidian and an ender pearl. There we go. Oop, grab the wrong thing. There. Cool. Here's our void jar. Run back down here. Nice. So let me go ahead and slap labels on those so that they don't accidentally change. And now it's just a matter of getting our mirrors. I went ahead and crafted these little mirrored glass. These are pretty easy. I guess there's not a recipe, so it must be an arcane workbench recipe. So let me go over here. You can see it's quicksilver and glass pane in your arcane workbench. But then you have to do some infusion crafting, and it's going to require iron, and I am missing something. This one right here. Oh, 3 iron and 1 ender pearl. I guess I didn't place my ender pearl. And it says that the instability is high, so I do need to pay close attention to this. But this will only craft 1 mirror. I need 2 because it's two-way communication here. So let me just double check my essence. 8 water, 8 iter, and 8 permutatio. Alright, so we got plenty of that. Iter and... ooh, what's that? Meadow. Okay. Lost track of thought. Water. Cool. We have everything. Go ahead and click it. And I need to make sure that I have my iron ingots on my hotbar, because this does have a high instability. So far so good. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. And there we go. Oh, that's a big mirror. Cool. Alright, so I do need 2 of these, so let me go ahead and craft up 1 more. Alright, so we were able to get that, and I did get zapped a couple of times, and it gave me flux taint, but it was only a couple of seconds worth, so really not worth any worries, and it started raining again, unfortunately. So I am going to put this mirror here, and you just right-click it with the other one, and it links them, as you can see. Nice. So now let me run up to the surface, run over here, grab my pick again, and this has been working amazingly, if that's a word. Alright, so I am not sure how I want this to be, because I don't think I can just place it anywhere. I think it has to be on a full block. Yeah, because if I put it here, it'll prevent this from growing. So I might want this a little bit higher up. Let me go ahead and break that and maybe put just a temporary block until I can think of a better solution for that. And place my linked mirror. You should be able to see some essentia coming out of here in a second, and there it is. Cool. So basically what that is doing is taking the essentia that I had in the furnace down there, in the alchemical furnace, and it's transferring it through these mirrors. That way the Lamp of Growth will be able to use it. So nice. We have a system now. As soon as I can figure out a better looking thing than this, that is ugly as hell. We should be able to start getting a lot more essence. I'll be able to expand my crops, and we will be great. Alright guys, it does look like I've exceeded my time on this episode. I think for the next episode, we will want to go ahead and see if we can put a more constant supply of the barley seeds into the alchemical furnace down there, because I think this has already run out, and that is not going to help us in the long run until we actually get a little bit more of the herba in a constant state. So I think that'll be a good next project, but for now, if you can rate the video down below, it'll help me out. And if you like the series, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. But for now, this is goodbye.